Hello, hello. How are you? Hope everyone is doing well today. I am excited about this one. We're going to do the cherry today, which excites me because I have been wanting to do that one. So that one is definitely one that I've been excited about. So hopefully you guys will paint with me. We're going to be using our Mead and palette as normal. Hi, It Gal. How's it going? Welcome in. We're going to be using our Mead and palette. We are going to be doing the cherries in the fruit series. So we've been doing this fruit series. This was the one we did yesterday. And then we've done the watermelon, we've done a pineapple, we've done a blueberry, and we've done a strawberry. And we are going to do the cherry today. Just for those of you who are using the replays on my Tube of You, just so that you guys know, I have all of these up except for this one. This one has not gone up yet, and I'm going to try to get it up tonight. So, but all of these are uploaded and ready for you guys as far as the replay goes. So if you guys are looking to, and you need the replays for these, they are all up. This one is the only one that I do not have on there yet. And I'm checking. Actually, the strawberry has 11 minutes left and then it'll be up, but all the rest of them are up. So it's still uploading, but all the rest of them are not. They're all there. Okay. We are going to be doing the cherry tonight, so I'm excited about that. Let me grab my little wooden board that I use to tape my stuff down so that we have it. And I'm going to let you guys get your stuff and get ready. So you guys give me some feedback in the comments if you're getting your supplies together and all the things. YV5AGZ, thank you so much for all those likes. I appreciate it so very much. We are going to be doing a watercolor tutorial tonight. So if you've been wanting to learn how to do watercolors, please grab your paints, grab your brushes, all the things, and we are going to get going on that very, very soon. Let's see. Let me grab my washi tape because we're going to want to tape down our painting. I'm going to grab my paper. Now, I get asked all the time what paper that I use. I use the Mead and paper. Jody, I'm going to have it up for you. You said you needed it up by Wednesday. Correct? I got your message. I replied to you. But I'll make sure it goes up. So after I finish the live tomorrow, I will make sure that I immediately start downloading and uploading it for you so that it gets up hopefully by that evening so that you have access to it. Because I don't want you having to change your schedule up to do it. So I will make sure. Hey, Kinder Kelly, how's it going? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. We're going to be doing the cherry today. I came on earlier and was swatching some of the Lango pens. Some of you guys joined me, but I started swatching some of the Lango pens earlier. Look how pretty these colors are for these Lango gel pens. They're so gorgeous. Oh, no worries, Jody. No worries. I didn't figure you had a chance to see my reply because I literally just replied right before I came on here. So I didn't figure you had a chance to see it. All right, so we're going to be using the Mead and paper. That is right here. This is the paper we're going to be using. Okay, we're also going to be using the Mead and paints. We're going to be using the Mead and brushes, and we are going to be using the Golden Maple detail brush set, the Nick Pro pencils, and the Grabby multi-liners, the Lango gel pens, and if we need colored pencils, we'll use the color set. They're all listed right down here below in the bag. So if you have any questions or you want to see a particular product, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to leave the paints pinned because that's the main thing that we're going to be using today. Or you want to see a particular product, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to leave the paints pinned because that's the main thing that we're going to be using today. So I'm going to leave that pinned. So, can see what kind of paints we're using. Now, you do not have to, by any means, use the materials that I'm using, okay? There is absolutely no necessity to use the same things I'm using. However, I will tell you that as a beginner watercolor artist, this was, oh my gosh, Jody, those Lango pens are so amazing. I love them so much. I cannot wait for you to get yours. You're going to love them. And just opening them up is a joy because they're so pretty in the packaging. So anyway, this was my my very first palette was this one right here. This was the Meeden 48 color palette. Okay. So this was the palette that I initially got to learn how to do watercolor painting. Okay. You can see it is a hot mess because I've used the heck out of it. I've even ran out of a few colors and I've refilled the white a couple of times. And let me tell you something. This is my very favorite watercolor palette, hands down, by far. Love, love, love this palette. The only reason I upgraded was because I wanted some more metallics. And metallics are quite pricey. So this color, this 96 color palette, same brand, everything, has 30 of the metallics instead of 6. So that's why I upgraded. That is what I love about this 96 color palette. I do like the detachable mixing palette. I like having that detachable so I can put it where I need it or just move it out of the way if I don't need it. I really do like that about this as well. But this set right here has everything you need to start watercolor painting, okay? It has your brush, your pencil, your eraser, 2 art sponges, your mixing palette, and then it has obviously all of your primary and secondary colors. You've got 48 primary and secondary colors. You got 30 metallics, 12 macaroons, and 6 neons. So you get tons of colors in this one. So I love, love, love this palette. Me too, Jody. It's my favorite. I use it for painting my earrings. I use it for painting my Christmas ornaments. I use it for doing my cards. I use it for doing my ACEOs, all of that. Now, I have some very nice, expensive watercolor palettes, and I love them, but this is still my favorite. So just saying, it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a seasoned artist, you cannot go wrong with this palette. It is my very favorite palette on the planet. And hands down, I will shout it to the rooftops. So that's what I'm going to be using, but you can use whatever palette you decide to use. Does not matter to me one way or another. Okay. All right. The paper we're using is the Meeden paper. I have cut mine to a 2.5 by 3.5 inch size. Y'all will have to excuse me. My throat is still on the blink from being sick. So I'm still having to drink water and soothe it with some coffee. So I apologize if I'm coughing in your ears. I really don't mean to do that, but it's just my throat is just not where it needs to be just yet. I still have some congestion, so. Oh, I will show you some ornaments, Jody. I will. I have a ton of beautiful Christmas ornaments, and at Christmas time, you'll see me painting a lot of my earrings and a lot of my ornaments on my lives because I spend a lot of time during that season, usually starting July and moving forward. I do a lot of painting with ornaments and earrings for all of my Christmas season coming up. So you'll see a lot of that then as well, but I will definitely pull some of my ornaments out and show them to you. They're really pretty. I did such a cute little customized chain ornament last year for my daughter. So cute. No, I should put some on my tube of view, but I have not. You can see some of them on my Schmetzy site, and that is on my TikTok page as well. You can find me pretty much on any site. So, all right. So these are the ones we've done so far. We've done the orange, we've done the strawberry, we've done the blueberry, we've done the pineapple, and we've done the watermelon. And we will be doing the cherry tonight. So I'm going to put that up for you guys so you can see the inspiration photo. Okay. And Jody, also, I sent you a message today with your tracking number for your earrings that I mailed you. So just so you know, I sent you a copy of the photo of that had the tracking number on it, so you'd be able to check that tracking. So, and anybody else who won earrings, I sent that out to you guys. Those of you who, actually, you know what? I don't think I sent. I'm not sure if I sent the tracking out to who won my sunflower earrings? Who was it? Ginger? I don't think I sent you your tracking information, but they did go out. So, but I can get it for you. I can send you the number. I have it in my account. So, okay. So we are going to, hang on. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. Let me pull up the photo myself so that I have it to look at while we're painting, and then we will get started on this, guys. Don't forget to hit all of the buttons, please, if you can. Share, like, tap the screen, hit the fan club right here in this heart section, and grab all of that, please, and help us share this out and get lots of people seeing this on the FYP. If you guys will help me out by doing that, that would be incredibly helpful. That is, tapping is clapping and sharing is caring. So thank you guys very much for doing all of that for me. We're going to get started. Let's go ahead and start taping down the borders. Hey, Carrie, how's it going? We're taping down our borders and getting ready to do the cherries tonight. I'm going to give myself about 1/4 of an inch border. I'm eyeballing this. I'm certainly not measuring by any means. I measure with my heart, just like when I cook. So we're going to be doing the cherry fruit tonight. And Carrie did a whole series of fruit, not characters like mine. They didn't have eyes and stuff, but she did a whole series of fruit, and they were so good. I was so impressed. And she did some cherries that were actually really, really pretty. If you guys have not seen them, you should go check her page out because they were pretty darned incredible. She and I have done an ACEO trade, and she sent me a gorgeous sunflower. And I keep it in my my Louise Carmen knockoff journal that I made myself. I keep it in there so I can see it every day when I open that journal. I love it so much. And then I did a trade with Talia also, and hers is absolutely gorgeous too. I keep them both in there. So hers was a little alien. It was super cute. All right. Oh, yay, Stacey Lee. I can't wait. I'm excited. Yay, yay, yay. Yep, Stacey Lee and I are doing a trade. I actually sent her mine already, and she's in the process of getting hers sent to me, so that's exciting. I can't wait to get hers, and it's going to go in my book as well. So I keep all of my trades that I get from other people in my little Louise Carmen book that I made myself, and that's where I keep them so I can see them every day and enjoy them. All right, so we are going to be doing the cherries today. So everybody get ready to take your screenshots of the inspiration photo. I have a small copy of it right here, so you can always look at that. However, if you want something that's bigger, then here is your chance to go ahead and screenshot this so you have a photo of what we're doing today. All right. So everybody take the time now to go ahead and screenshot this. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. And it is going to be time to do our sketch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys on the overhead so you can see it better. So now keep in mind when you're on the overhead, I don't always see comments come through. So if I miss your comment, be patient. I will take time periodically to check comments I do have it on my screen over here, and I try to remember to glance over and look at it, but sometimes I forget. So if for some reason I don't see your comment right away, I promise you, as soon as I check comments, I'll see it, okay? All right, so we're going to be using the Nick Pro pencil to do this. This is product number, let me see. This is product number 3 in the shopping cart below. It is an entire kit of mechanical pencils. I love, love, love these mechanical pencils because I like consistency in my line work. So I'm using the 0.5 today. This particular set comes with a 0.5, a 0.7, a 0.9, and 3 2.0 leads. Comes with all of your erasers and everything as well. So that's what I'm using. And we're going to be drawing out our cherries. And then we'll start putting our base color on. All right. So let me just get this situated to where you guys can see as I draw. Okay. Now, when we do our cherries, remember, they're not perfect circles. They're kind of more like a partial oval. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the first one on this left side, and it's going to kind of lean to the side. We're going to kind of make that an oval. Okay, and then it's going to kind of come down like this. And then it's going to come across like this. And you'll have sort of a little area here where the stem is going to come out. Like this. And we're going to go ahead and do the little hole there and bring that stem down. Okay, so there's our first cherry. Our second one is going to come out from this. I'm going to go ahead and bring it down and do the top and then bring it around. Okay. Now, I'm going to erase this side. It's a little flat. I don't like that, so I'm going to fix that. Okay. Again, our stem is going to come down like this. And those are going to meet. Now that's going to be covered with a flower right there, so you're not really going to see that. But as we paint it, it's going to bother me. So I'm going to bring these together myself. And I'm going to paint them as if they're joined like this. Just because that'll make me feel better emotionally. I don't know why. I can be a little quirky, you guys, in case y'all have not figured that out yet. All right, so we have that. Inside of this is a little weird. Let me fix that. Thank you guys for the likes, for tapping that screen and helping me out. All right, let's get the leaf done. Now, on the leaf, we're just going to do that little, I've taught y'all this a million times. We're going to do that little S and then parenthesis to get the leaf shape. Okay. And again, there's going to be a flower right here, so we're not really going to see that. I feel like this needs to come up a little bit more, though. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that needs to be taller. Like that. Then we'll have our flower right here. Okay. All right. So there is, I'm going to do our little heart over here. I'm going to do a little heart over here just to kind of fill in some space. Okay. All right, so now we have that all kind of mapped out. So let's go ahead and decide if we like the shapes of our cherries. And if we do, it will be time to move on. I feel like this needs to kind of come out some right here. I feel like this needs to come out and around. I think the other one's fine. I don't know if it's big enough, but I think it'll be fine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and run my kneaded eraser over all of this to lighten up these lines, okay? So y'all give me some comments. Let me know where you're at. Are you ready to move on, or are we doing good? Am I going too fast? What's the deal? You guys let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on and start putting color on. Let me know. Okay? Because I need to know whether y'all are ready or not. We're going to be using our meet in number 1. We're going to be using our, let me see, our blue detail brush from Golden Maple and our Golden Maple number 12. Those are the 3 that I'm using. Okay. All right. Kendra Kelly's ready. Ginger is ready. Ginger, I'm glad you made it. Thanks for jumping in on my live earlier today too. I appreciate that so much. You guys are awesome for helping me out. Those lives where I'm doing I'm doing product lives where I'm actually having to focus on one product and really selling the product are really hard for me. So when you guys jump in and just have some casual conversation with me a little bit here and there on those, it's so helpful for me because it's just such an uncomfortable position to be in, but I have to do it because this is my living. So I have to get on here and do lives where I'm selling products that are not necessarily tutorials. And when you jump in like that, it always helps me out. So I appreciate it a ton. Okay, let's go ahead and get let's do our background first, okay? I'm going to use my larger brush for that. I'm going to use my meet in number 5. And I'm going to grab, oh, you know what, guys? I forgot to fill my water up. Give me just a second and let me get this filled up with some water so that we can start. All right. Let me get this put in here. Oops. Okay. Sorry, guys. I've just got to get my meat and paint toilet situated. All right. Okay. Smiles, welcome in. Mad Hatter, welcome in. You're in the right place for sure. We are all mad here. All right. Random name 007, welcome in. We're just going to take some clear water and we're going to put it all on our sky. Try not to get dust on yours like I did. And grab some blue and just put that where you want it. Or whatever background color you want for yours. I'm using blue, but you don't have to use blue. You can use whatever color you want. I want it to be a little bit splotchy. So now I'm going to rinse it, and I'm going to take my paper towel, and I'm going to dry my brush, and then I'm going to pick up my color with a dry brush. Okay. You can rub it if you want, but it says, because I want mine to be splotchy, I don't want to rub it. I want it to be different. And I could even do it like this if I wanted to. And so what you're going to see is it's going to look white, but when we peel the tape, it won't. Okay, so there's my background. I'll do the ground part of it later once we get done with all of the other parts, okay? All right, so now we are going to put our base coat on. So I'm going to use the same colors I used for my strawberry for my cherries. Okay, which are going to be these 2 right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into this red, And I want to use a lot of water because remember, I like to go lighter first. And then I can darken it up later. So I'm going to put that all in my cherry. So go ahead and add that color in. And just make sure it stays nice and wet because we are going to want to do some shadowing. Okay. So the area that I want to be lighter, I'm going to dry my brush and I'm going to pick up a little bit of that highlighted area. Okay. So now not only is it kind of dry, but it's lighter. So now I'm going to dip into this red again and we're going to go ahead and drop in that pigment. And just go right along the edge with that pigment. Now you want right inside here to be pretty dark. Okay, now I'm going to rinse my brush and I'm just going to kind of smooth this out so that we don't have any harsh lines. Okay, so it kind of darkened up some of those areas. Go ahead and pick up if you need to still in that area you want highlighted. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with this darker color right here. And I'm going to drop that in. So we kind of have, you know, multiple colors. And if it gets to looking too pink, go ahead and add a little bit more of that red in to kind of balance that pink out, because we don't want it to be pink because cherries aren't pink, they're red. But we do want it to have a little bit of that in it, okay? And once you get it to where you think you like it, go ahead and dry it. Hey, Mom! Carrie, the base color is going to be, let me pull my swatch card so I can show you. Sorry, I just now saw that comment. It is the ruby red and the deep magenta. It's the two that are to the right of the black tea. All right, so once we have that dry, you can see kind of it's got that little bit of a highlight in it, which is what we wanted. Okay, now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to put our red down. Just remember, I always go lighter on the first layer. You can always add pigment in. You can take it away too for that matter, but all right, and I'm going to dry it. Now my highlighted area here is going to be kind of here in the center. I'm just going to kind of leave it right there. I'm going to go ahead and add in some of this red. Okay, and I'm going to add in some of that magenta. And then if it's too purpley, add in some more of the red. if I need it to blend more, I'll add in some water to kind of blend that a little bit better. I don't want that to be quite that big of a highlight, so I'm going to add in a little bit more of this red. And just play around with it until you get it where you want it. And then once you do, go ahead and dry it. And I was a little bit splotchy on that, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and add in some water, just clear water, and kind of smooth this all out so it's not so splotchy, because it looks weird up next to the first one I did, because I didn't smooth it out as I should have. So this time when it dries, it's going to be a lot more smooth, not be near as splotchy, as you can see. And we're going to go in and we are going to take our detail brush. We're going to get some of this dark red. And we're going to do some more shadowing along this area. Okay. So we're going to go kind of along the stem. Because we need that kind of dip to show. And then rinse your brush, take some clear water and kind of blend that out. So it's not a super harsh line. It looks more like a shadow. And you can even add in a little more to kind of make it spread so that it's more soft. And I'm going to go in the top here, and I'm going to make this a little darker too. So that the inside of this is just slightly darker around the stem. Okay. And then we can even, we'll worry about that. We'll do this shading a little bit better with some colored pencils, because right now it's looking a little weird. But remember, every piece of art always goes through an ugly phase before it goes through a phase of this. So just remember that and work through the ugly phase. I'll do that same thing over here. Rinse it and just kind of blend it out. Okay. All right, that looks good. So let's go ahead and pull out. Hey, Rain. How are you? Hey, Doug. How's it going? How you been? Good to see you, man. Or good to hear from you, at least. How's everything going with you? Rain, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, that's great to hear, Doug. Good to hear. Long time no talk. Y'all, I went to high school with Doug. He's one of my high school buddies. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out some of our reds for shadowing on this, guys, because we need to, I need to do it for my own well-being, because it's looking a little strange, but I know it is because I have not, here it is, I haven't done any kind of shading. So I'm going to use the maroon This is the Color colored pencils that I will be using for this, guys. And they are... Oh, that's good, Rain. I'm glad you're getting your work day finished. Fried green tomatoes. Oh my gosh, that sounds so yummy. I've got green tomatoes in my garden. I don't have any red ones yet. So maybe I could go out and grab me some tonight for dinner and make me some too. That sounds really good. Okay, so these are the Color colored pencils. This is the 240 set. They're product number 11 in this shopping cart below. So I'm going to be using the maroon set, or the maroon color. I'm going to use the, let me see, probably not that. Let's see what I need. Sorry, I'm picking out the colors that I want from here. I think I need to use this. Yep. I'm going to use the magenta. And then I will be using the, let me find a light red color. This. Okay, so I'm going to use the deep pink. All right. And then, of course, I have this light pink that I will use for blending, which is the Sakura. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to start with the deep pink. Okay. And I'm going to go right along the corner here. And down the base. Just like that. I'm going to disconnect this because it seems like I'm hitting that every time I turn around. So hopefully my battery will last me. Okay, now I'm going to go in, whoops, with this light pink. We're going to kind of give this just a little bit of a blend right across here. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the next color, which is going to be the magenta. And again, this is a light touch, light pressure. And I'm going to color in, but I'm not going to go out as far as I did with the first color. I'm just going to kind of barely go out. Okay. And now I'm going to go out with this darker color, light pressure. And I'm just going to kind of go along the edge is all. Okay. Okay, so you guys see kind of what that did. So I wanted you guys to see kind of how that shadowing is going to work with these pens, or I mean with these pencils, once we start doing our shading. Okay. Now that was just one coat. We're going to do 3, but I'm not going to do those just yet because we have to go on them with our gel pens. And I forget, these are a wax-based crayon or pencil. And gel pens over wax doesn't always work well. So I'm going to wait to do the other ones until after we get the eyes on. But I wanted you to kind of see how that was going to look. And that definitely gives it some depth, as you can tell. And that's what we want. Hi, Nicole Dream Visions. How's it going? Hey, Stacy Lee. So glad you're here. How are you? All right. So let's go ahead and shift back over to our detail brush, and we're going to be using the same greens that we used in all the other ones for the leaves, which is the grass green, let me see, the apple green and the grass green. All right, apple green and the grass green. So we're going to start with our grass. Let me spray this. And we are going to dip into our grass green. And we're going to give our stem a bit of a green color. Now, one of the things about these stems are, on these cherries, is I want them to have a bit of a yellow to them in the middle. So I'm going to, while it is still wet, I'm going to add in just a little bit of yellow in the center here. Just enough to give it a little bit of a color change, okay? And I'm going to dip into this dark, and I'm going to add it right here at the top. And then I'm going to rinse my brush. And I'm going to drag it down with clear water until it's got a smooth blend. And that's all we need right there at the top, is just a little bit of that dark green. I'm going to lighten up this stem right here. And I'm going to put some brown right there because it's like it's been cut off and turned brown. And I'm just going to make sure that blends so it doesn't look completely weird and out of place. Okay? All right, let's do the leaf. I'm going to switch back over to my Mita number 1. And I'm going to get that grass green again. And I'm going to add that color. Remember, more water means less color. So if you want it to be lighter, add more water to it. If you want it to be darker, add more pigment to it. We're going with light to start because honestly, it's easier to add color than it is to take it away, although we can take it away. Watercolor is forgiving, and you can take away color if you choose to. All right, now that we have that, let's go ahead and dip into our darker color and drop it in right at the base here and let it kind of do its thing. We don't have to do anything, guys. The water does it for us if you have enough water in there. If you don't, add some water and it will blend on its own, okay? It will do the blending. All you have to do is drop the pigment in, okay? And it will kind of do that on its own. All right, let's dry it. All right, okay, I'm going to bring this out just a tad. I needed it to be more pointy. And I'm going to go ahead and give it just a little bit of a vein there. Very light touch. Okay, just like that. Ta-da! All right, let's go ahead and go in to our hearts here and give them some clear water. And all I'm going to do on my heart is just give it a little bit of red. And then I'm going to rinse my brush and kind of drag that up so that it's darker on this side than it is over here. So we kind of have that light blend. Same thing here. Just drop in a little bit of the red and then just drag it with a clean brush. Just like that. Okay. All right, so now we have our base done, and it is time to start working on the eyes and the personality of the little character, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our Lango pens. And I'm going to pull out my ZSCM black and white as well. And pull out the blue, okay? So I'm going to pull out the blue and the white of the Lango pen. And I'm going to pull out the black and white of the ZSCM for the face for these little guys, okay? All right, let's go ahead and draw them first. They're going to be winking, so we're going to draw this first little eye right here. And we're going to do the little winky face right here. And then we'll have our mouth right here. And we'll do our eyebrows too. Same thing here. We're going to do this one. And then we're going to do our winky face. And smile. Okay? All right. Stacy Lee, we're going to do the Mother's Day project tomorrow. I'm going to do that at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And you're going to need to have a page out of a book or a page out of a hymnal or something like that. Let me show you, just so you know, this is, I did one yesterday to practice. So this is how it came out. It's not great, but it was just my practice one. So this was the church. And what I ended up using was I used some of my Meeden oil pastels. I used some of my colored pencils, and I used some watercolor. So that's what I ended up using when I did this. So that, we're going to do something very similar to this. I'm going to be using the My Jesus, I Love Thee page. And it's going to say, let me tell you about my Jesus on it. So that's what we're going to be doing on tomorrow for our Mother's Day project. Now, if you don't want to do a hymnal or anything, you know, Jesus related, that's fine too. You can pick a book and just do a little quote on it or whatever, however you want to do it. But that is what we will be doing for Mother's Day tomorrow. I don't know. I do have a daughter and maybe she will. I don't know. But I don't expect anything for Mother's Day. She always is wonderful and always gets me something, but it's certainly not expected. Just like my mother, I always get her something, but she certainly doesn't expect it. So, okay. So let's go ahead. I think because these are so little, we may not be able to use the ZSN. We may have to use the Lango the whole time because I feel like, where's my black? I don't know why I can't find my black Lango pen. Hang on. Oh, here it is. Okay. Because I need a 0.7 millimeter tip. So here is this is a teeny tiny tip. Okay. These Lango pens have a 0.7 millimeter tip. And they are very, very nice pens, okay? They are my second favorite set of gel pens. The ZSCM ones are my favorite, but the tips sometimes can be too big on those. And so when that is the case, I shift over to these, which are the 0.7. All right, so that's what we're going to be using tonight. So what I'm going to do is we're going to, and they layer too. They have like an upgraded ink in them that will layer really well. So that is what we're going to be doing tonight. So we're going to use the Lango black. And remember, I said these don't go well over wax. So I'm going to have to kind of fight this for a minute because I forgot when I started doing colored pencil that I was going to have to do this. So obviously wax is not necessarily something that these are designed to cover up. All right, so let's do our eyebrow right here and right here. All right, so now we have that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our black right here. I'm going to color that in. Okay, and you can see I'm struggling with that because it's over the wax, but we'll do the white right here. Let me just get some paper out so I can write on it. Hang on. My scratch paper. So you can see these pins will go into very small areas, which is what we want. I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to go over it one more time since I had trouble with the wax. I won't have that problem on this one, and honestly, the juiciness of these Lango pins is probably the only reason I was able to go over that wax at all, because these pins are super, super juicy. There we go. That worked. All right, so now I'm going to make sure my outline is right. And we're going to put our eyelashes on. So cute. And then we'll put our blue in. We'll put our blue right down here at the bottom. Oh, let me make sure that's dry first. There we go. Cute. Love it. All right, eyelashes on this little winky eye. Just like that. Okay. All right, Stacy says we should do both eyes open on this one. So if we want to do that, we can. Let me just erase that, what I drew. And we'll do both eyes open on this one. Okay. And we'll do our outline first. Okay. Let's dry it. Then we're going to do the white. Then we will do the blue. And we'll dry them. Yeah, extra flirty. All right. And now let's go ahead and do our little eyebrows and eyelashes. Love it. And our white dots, which I've been forgetting. Y'all keep having to remind me about those every day for some reason. But not today. Today we got them in. Look how cute. I love it. All right. Now it is time to bring back in our colored pencils and start giving these some depth and personality and cuteness. So I'm going to take, again, I'm going to take this deep pink and I'm going to give, this is a light to medium pressure. And then I'm going to use the magenta. Again, light to medium pressure. I'm not going out as far. And then I'm going to use the maroon. Okay, now we're going to go in with heavy pressure. These are small areas. We don't have to do 3. We can do 2. We'll be fine. All right, and let's blend those out with our pink. Okay, and you see the depth that that one has compared to the one beside it? See, now it looks more rounded in 3D. Hey, Kim. That's okay. I do that all the time, and then I'm like, why didn't I check that before I hit send? No worries, no worries. Good to see you here. All right, we're going to do light pressure. This one's going to be a little different. We're not going to put quite as much on this right side. Then we're going to do second color. Don't go out quite as far. And then we're going to do the heavy or the dark color. I'm going to fill this in with that dark pretty good. And then I'm going to bring it out along the edges just a little bit. Pretty good. And then I'm going to bring it out along the edges just a little bit. Okay, this is light pressure. And let's do a, whoops, throwing my pencils around. Do a good little blend here. And then let's do it again. We'll do heavy pressure this time. I'm skipping the medium pressure because this is a small area and we don't really, it's not going to show as bad. So I'm going straight to heavy pressure. Okay. That looks pretty good. What do y'all think? Let's blend this out. Oh, they're cute. Okay. Okay, let's pick some greens now for the leaves. Let me see, where are my greens? I haven't labeled my drawers yet, so I keep having to open to see which colors are what. All right, all my greens are right here. All right, and we're going to go with this light green, the super light green, which is a yellowish green. And we're going to do this green. No, I think I'm going to go with this one. Yep. This one is the fresh green. And then we'll go with a dark. Okay. All right. So those are the ones we're going to do. So let me tell you what those colors are. So we have a yellow, light yellowish green. We have a fresh green. And we have a dark green. Okay. And we're going to start go along the right side and just at the base of the leaf with light pressure. And then we're going to go in with the next color. And then we'll go in with the dark. I'm not going to go super big with the dark. Okay, and we'll blend that out again, medium to heavy pressure. And then, oh, I got bit by a mosquito on my ankle and it's itching. Must have had a mosquito in here earlier. Hi, Freddie Art. Welcome in. Thank you so much. You guys don't forget to tap the screen, share it out, hit the fan club points if you haven't done that already. And we will hopefully hit all of our goals today for the live. Okay, one more time, I'm going to blend this out. All right, there we go. I think that looks good. We don't need to do anything with the stems, I don't think. Let's go ahead and put some shadows up underneath our cherries. So grab your Meet in number 1. And I'm going to get just a little bit of this gray. And I'm just going to put some shadows. Just like that. I'm going to make those shadows a little darker right up underneath the right sides of each of the cherries. And I'm going to take clear water and just smooth that out. Okay. All right, let's do some splatters. I'm going to dip into my red. And we are going to tap, tap, tap. Ta-da! Let's try it. Yes, we're going to do the flowers. Thank you very much. I'm glad you reminded me, Kinder Kelly. I forgot all about it, but we'll do that with the gel pens. So let's go ahead and dry our splatters. And we will do our flower. Great thing about the gel pens is that they will go over the top of all of the paint, which is great. So that's one of the reasons that I love using them. Great. So that's one of the reasons that I love using them. Probably good that we did the splatters beforehand. That way it won't splatter on our flower, which wasn't planned, but hey. Worked out. Happy little accident. I'm just going to put some, I'm going to do some outline with the hearts in just a second, Miss Rain. With my little detail brush in just 1 second. Yes, yes, yes. Let me grab some coffee. And let's see, flowers. Okay, what color do we want to do our flowers? Do we want to go with white? Or do we want to do a pink? What do you guys think? I think a white will look good as a contrast. What do you guys think? I think a white will look good as a contrast. I think that's what I'll do. And when we do these, they are going to be basically, we're gonna have our center, which will go with a yellow center. So let's go ahead and pull our yellow for the center, and we'll do that. It's going to be right here. Go ahead and pull our yellow for the center, and we'll do that. It's going to be right here. Okay. And then from that, we're going to just do that little S. You know what? That's not quite going to be dark enough. Let's try something else. Because if we go with white, it's not, you know what? That's not quite going to be dark enough. Let's try something else. Because if we go with white, it's not, well, I mean, it'll show when I outline it. So we'll try it. We'll see what it looks like. We'll do an S and a parenthesis, fill it in. S and a parenthesis, fill it in. It's not wanting to go over that wax. What is going on? Just took it a minute to get started. I just had to get the ink flowing. All right, so it's really hard to see, but let me dry it. And then we'll go over it with, we'll take our 003 Grabby multi-liner and we'll outline that so you guys can see it better. Hey, Natalie, Nat, how are you doing? Miss Macon Bloom, I hadn't seen you in a while. How are you doing? All right, and you know what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to take my, I need a really, really teeny tiny tip that I don't have. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of this pink that we used on the cherry and my detail brush. Nope, I'm going to use my super fine detail brush. I'm going to use this one because it is like literally the smallest brush I have. Teeny tiny little brush. I'm going to get some of this and I'm going to give my flower just a little bit of some wispies in the center. If you have this blue set of golden maple brushes, you know what I mean when I say these are meant for tiny detail. But they work really good for stuff like this. To give my flower a little bit of a center to them. Okay. And there we have it. Now we're going to outline the hearts with that same red. And we're just going to go around our hearts like this. Just like that. There we are. Ta-ta! Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Rain. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's peel this tape. Look at that. I love it when I peel the tape. It's my favorite part. So I get to see the beautiful background. All right. There we have it. What do you guys think? Give me some feedback. Let me know all the things. And I am going to assign this one with a waterproof pen. It's my smallest one. I sign it with the 003. And there we have it. There's the cherries. Now, the only other one that we have left, I have not created the inspiration picture for yet. Somebody wanted to do a peach. So I'm going to get into that over the weekend, and we'll do that one on Monday, and that will finalize this series. So let me pull all the ones we've done so far. So this is today's. Let me get you guys on my stand that's in front of me. There we go. Okay. All right. So we have the cherries, which are super stinking cute. I love them so much. You know what? I need to go around that eye so that that white doesn't look so odd. There we go. That's better. And I'm going to go over these that got pencil on them, so they're vibrant again. There we go. All right, so eyes are done. That's funny, Rain. I know cherries are yummy though, and they're good for you. They're very good for you. They help keep your uric acid levels where they need to be. They support that level. So, okay. So we have our cherries. We have our orange. We have our strawberry. We have our blueberry. We have our pineapple. And we have our watermelon. How stinking cute. And you know what? I see the highlights in those hearts, and it makes me want to put some highlights in these. So I think I'm going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is take my white, and I am going to put a little highlight right here and right here. There we go. Better. Okay. All right. So that is our series so far. We've got 6 of these done. We've got 1 more to go. We're going to do the peach. We could do a lot. We could even do a banana. I'm a little afraid to do a banana because I don't know if I can draw it correctly, and then it might end up looking weird. So, but we'll do the peach for sure. So we'll get the peach. I'll get that created as an inspiration picture so I can see it, and then we will do that next. I think my favorite is either the blueberry or the orange. You guys put your favorites in the comments. Okay, which one's your favorite so far? Put them in the comments. Here's the blueberry, here's the orange, here's the pineapple, here's the cherry, strawberry, and watermelon. Which ones are your favorites? I want to hear from you in the comments. Favorite: watermelon, strawberry, cherry, pineapple, orange, blueberry. Tell me. All the things. I want to know. Even though I haven't had a chance to paint it yet. Oh, Carrie. Yeah, he's cute. I think he turns out super cute. I like him. I wonder if I should put some white accents on the cherry. I think I should. I feel like the character in them. That's better. Strawberry and pineapple for Ginger. Cherry, orange, and pineapple for Rain. And blueberry. Rain, you got to pick one. It's indecisive. Oh, y'all are funny. All right, so that is tonight's tutorial. I hope you guys loved it and enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions about any of the products that we used, I would love to answer those. Mom says the orange. Yep, I think the orange is my favorite too, Mom. I really like the colors, I think. It's just so vibrant. I love it. So anyway, any questions on any of the products that we use before I hop off of here? I have a date night with my hubs tonight, so I'm going to hop off of here and we're going to go on a date. That's what happens when you haven't had dinner yet. Yep, I get it. But anyway, Thursday nights are my date night with my husband. So normally I do Thursday morning tutorials, but tonight I had the late ones. So I'm going to be popping off of here. And so if anybody has any questions before I hop off, please let me know in the comments. And I will be more than happy to answer them for you while I put my pins away. Thank you, Rain. Thank you so much. Oh, this one goes here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to put all my Lango pins back in the drawers that they go in so that I don't lose them. And I'll need to put my other things away as well. That's what I love about these drawers right here is you get to pull them out, put everything back, put them back up, and your space is so, it's super easy to clean up your space when you have these drawers because you're able to just stick your stuff back in here and you are done. See how easy that is? I love it. And those drawers are my very favorite. All right, guys. Any questions on anything before I hop off? Hopefully not. But if you have any, I'm happy to answer them. All right. Okay, I'm going to be signing off then. Tomorrow, we are going to be doing the Mother's Day project tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Just so you guys know, we're doing the hymnal project. So if you guys are wanting to do the Mother's Day project with me, here's what you're going to need. We are going to be doing a painting on either a hymnal page or a favorite book page or anything you want. It doesn't have to be a hymnal page and it doesn't have to be Jesus related. But it does need to be something that you can, like with written background on the back. Okay. And I'm going to be doing this church, but you can make it a house or you could do trees or a forest. I mean, you could do whatever you want. Okay. But these are the supplies that we're going to need. First of all, you're going to need a page out of a book or a hymnal. This is the one I'm doing, which is My Jesus, I Love Thee. And it's going to say, let me tell you about my Jesus. And it's going to be a church. This was my practice. And we're going to do lettering on it and everything. So this lettering was really fast and I was in a hurry because I was just practicing. Our lettering will hopefully be better than that. Lettering is my nemesis. So who knows? It may or may not be good, but I'm going to try my best. But this is what I used. I used watercolors. I used my Meeden oil pastels. And I used my Color colored pencils to do this. And then I used my Sakura pen for the lettering. All right. So be prepared. You can use all watercolors, or you can do all colored pencils, or you can do all oil pastels if you want, however you want to do it. But those are the things that I'm going to be using tomorrow. So it's kind of a mixed media project, okay? So if you are wanting to do the Mother's Day project with us tomorrow, it will be at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be doing this cute project that you can either put in a frame, or you can put it onto some wood and you can Mod Podge it on. Like, there's lots of things you can do with this, okay? To create a Mother's Day gift with it. So that's what we're going to be doing. I hope that you guys will join me for that, because I think it will be really special to have a handmade project to give to your mother for Mother's Day. And if, you know, your mother has already passed from here, then for a friend, or just as a reminder in honor of her, you can certainly do that. So that will be the project tomorrow. All right, guys. All right. I love y'all, and I will see you guys on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for our Mother's Day project. In the garden. Yes, in the garden. That would be great. Yep. Yep, that's a really good song. You could do in the garden, and you could do all kinds of florals. It would be beautiful. Yep, for sure. All right, so everybody come prepared tomorrow for whatever you plan to do with yours, okay? So just know that it's not going to be watercolor tomorrow. You're going to need something like, you're going to need a hymnal page, or you're going to need a book page, or something like that tomorrow, okay? 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, Mother's Day project. Looking forward to seeing you guys, and I will